Ladies and gentlemen, the jury has come to the conclusion that some of these people are beyond redemption. Some of these people are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The best way to put it, right? What we're going to witness today is somebody who has been accused of being an imbecile. And we, the people of the jury, had found them guilty. Why we found them guilty? Because the proof is in the pudding, people. The proof is in the pudding. We got to show y'all what it is like when we live in a world where celebrities are the thought leaders in our country. Somebody thought that it was a good idea to take a bunch of celebrities and put them on a panel. And not only was they going to put them on a panel, but they were going to allow them to discuss some of the major important subjects of our times. And people tune into these people and listen. There are people who buy tickets. There are people who turn on their televisions and turn on their phones to watch the people of The View. What are these women's qualifications? Sometimes you might find a guest or something like that who has the qualifications to speak on certain things. But majority of the time, it's just a bunch of washed up celebrities giving you their thoughts on what you should think in our current political climate. Now, we're going to get into this because these people are imbeciles. Joy Behar has decided that the war in Ukraine, that Russia invading Ukraine, is a very, very bad thing because it is an inconvenience. It inconveniences her. So let's get this thing up here because we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. All right. Let's start it off with Whoopi. She's back after her whole Jews are white nonsense.
I have to say, this thing in the Ukraine, it's so disheartening. My stomach was all like tight seeing Martha there, knowing that she's in the middle of it, and knowing, people in the Soviet Union, the people
in Russia.
In Russia, not the Soviet Union, Russia. You see them trying to correct her. These are the thought leaders. People look up to celebrities for their advice. They look up to them to tell them what's going on in the world. These are the people they listen to.
And knowing, people in the Soviet Union, the people
in Russia.
Right. They don't want this war. They don't want this war. He wants it because he's trying to hold on.
Yeah.
I wonder if Whoopi Goldberg has surveyed the people of Russia. I wonder if she's sent her team of experts down there to, do opinion polls and find out exactly what's going on and what's the consensus amongst Russians, or where she's getting her information about what the Russians don't want. I would like a link or provide a source, but we're just gonna continue.
I think what I also thought about was the fact that estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and that this is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
The Ukrainians have a resolve. You've seen the videos. I hope you've seen the videos. Even the president of Ukraine has a resolve. Many of these people are willing to fight and die for their country. They are willing to put up where others won't stand up. Say what you want, but that takes courage. That takes an amount of respect that I cannot, for the life of me, give enough of. Because I know what it's like to love your country. And we'd be darned if people would come on our land and decide to take it over. That'd be a bloody day. But
it's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
These people wouldn't be fighting, though. The people on The View, they wouldn't be out there. Trust me.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is where the verdict comes down to. Listen to Joy Behar. Pay attention.
What is going to happen?
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too.
Yeah.
You plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this.
And now this. Oh my God, you got to be out of your freaking mind. Listen, We're talking about people at war. People are dying because Russia is invading Ukraine, and she is worried about her vacation. I've been trying to get to Italy for 4 years. She's been trying to get to Italy since Donald Trump been in office because, you know, a lot of people said they were going to leave the country. Maybe she was going to go to Italy and revoke her citizenship. Wouldn't that be great? We wouldn't be having to hear this nonsense. All right, but with that being said, this is what she's concerned about. She didn't even have the audacity to refer to it as it truly is. And now this, so dismissive. These are the thought leaders in our country. These are the people who are teaching and informing a lot of these housewives, a lot of the people who are voting. They listen to these people. These are the thought leaders. I've been trying to get to Europe for 4 years. She can still go to Italy right now. This war ain't stopping her from going to Italy, right? But we should drop her in the middle of Ukraine. That's where she belongs because she is so privileged, so out of touch with the reality of everyday struggle that the fact that a war inconveniences her from going to Italy bothers her. It bothers her that people are dying and fighting a war and it's getting in the way of her vacation. How is it that we live in a country, the home of the free, the home of the brave, and we have people so privileged, so beyond any struggle to day-to-day life? And look, I'm not saying that this woman hasn't struggled. I'm not saying that she doesn't go through her own personal struggles, but the amount of privilege that this woman has because of her finances and her celebrity status, it's an inconvenience that she can't go to Italy and kick her feet up, let alone all of the millions of people in America who probably can't even afford to go to Italy in the first place. But woe is her. Oh my God. Pray for Joy Behar. Whatever will she do if she doesn't get to Italy? Oh, it was the pandemic, and now it's this. She can't even call it by what it is. Now, what is it that the people on The View will do? Are they going to condemn this? Are they going to push back against what she just said? Like, hold up. This is bigger than your vacation. This is war, right? Let's see what The View does.
For 4 years, I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this. You know, it's like what's gonna happen there? Too. I mean, and you know, this guy, he's a singular sensation in a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't know that that he has that much support in his country, like you say.
You don't know. And they're saying, yeah. Whoopi's over there saying, yeah. Nobody corrected her. Nobody tried to turn this around. Even old girl tried to correct Whoopi when she said the Soviet Union. She at least tried to jump in and say Russia. Nobody's like, what's wrong with you? Are you serious? This is when you want diversity, but not diversity of thought. This is what happens. Everybody gets in a bubble and nobody calls out the BS.
And maybe that has to be addressed because we've seen this movie before. In the last century.
I know people keep asking, like, how does it affect me? Because it's natural to look at that. And the U.S. can't save everyone. But to see someone who we've been talking a lot about in the last 6 years and how he says things and he's dangerous and this, and now he is calling, people thought, you know, he'll back down when we all stand up, and he didn't.
No, he didn't.
You know, that should scare people, because if we're not checking on some of these places, when things come home to us, people aren't going to be checking on us.
Yeah, but doesn't it?
These people should not even be talking about this. This is over. This is done. Stop listening to celebrities who have no idea what they're talking about. The way they're speaking about the situation and the circumstances, they're not even talking about it from a perspective of trying to understand and learn. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. It's nothing wrong with not knowing something. But they stuck these people up here and told them, hey, you're going to talk about Russia and Ukraine today. Go. And this is what you get. Not any informative ideas. Okay, the show is called The View. Well, it's a hell of a view. It's a hell of a view because from their view, they see palm trees and beaches and resorts. No struggle, no pain, no war, no suffering, no violence, any of those things. So how in the world can these people actually have a real, genuine thought or opinion about something that is so far removed from them that they make statements like, oh, I just want to go on vacation. I just want to go on vacation. Please, Russia, please, Ukraine, just give us 6 months so Behar can go on vacation. Whatever will we do, right? Like, whatever will we do? So, everybody, say your prayers, get your amens, do what you can to make sure that Joy Behar can go to Italy. And when she gets there, let's hope they don't allow her to come back, because she may need to understand what it's like to be without a little privilege for just a little bit, so that maybe she can put in perspective the type of nonsense she's spewing out of her mouth. And I would really appreciate it if they took the other 3 panelists on The View and took them there as well. I wouldn't be mad if they dropped all 4 of them in the middle of Ukraine right now, on the front line, in the capital, just long enough for them to get a little perspective on what those people are really going through, instead of dismissing it as now this. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please, if half of you who watch this video and enjoy it, hit the like button and subscribe. You really, really are a hero, and you allow these type of messages to be heard. YouTube is not in favor of my voice being heard. I've come to that realization. So whenever I get a chance to break out, I ask that you please take the time, if you enjoy these videos, to hit the subscribe button. All it takes is 1 second. Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope every one of y'all have a good week. Peace and glory, everybody. Be peaceful and be great. Till next time, I'm out.
1 in a million to 1 billion. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.